Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of my pay-to-play flipping series. For those of you just joining me, I had a free-to-play series where I was buying and selling in the Grand Exchange, and we went from 0 GP to 5 mil, and it took about a month. So now we are buying the memberships right here, and our new goal is going to be 100 mil. The rules are going to be that I have to renew the bond with the money I earn. So every 2 weeks, I'll be spending at least 2 to 3 mil on renewing the membership, which is going to be kind of challenging at first. So that's the main rule, and we have to get to 100 mil. No trading money onto this account, no accepting donations, anything like that. So we're just going to purely be using the profit from the flips. Man, it is so nice to have the 6 offer slots available. Using 3 is real frustrating. You can't really be buying and selling the things at the same time. You have to buy them all and sell them all. I mean, which is easier to view, but whatever. So we're going to start off the first episode with some random clue scroll items. The Bandos Crozier, which I have no idea why you'd use it. I guess you could use it as a Bandos item for God Wars or something. But it pretty much seems useless. But it has a pretty high margin on it. Now we quickly decide against items like this because we are realizing this is going to take a long time. And we don't really have, now that there's a time crunch, we have to be going for kind of quicker flips, a little bit riskier. So we do put the offer in for the Crozier for 2,500 each, and we're going to buy 30 of them. But I don't think we get anywhere near that. So we're going to try a couple other items here, and hopefully we'll find some quicker moving items. Next up, we find the Energy Potion, which is very high moving. If it has a good margin on it, I'm definitely going to go for it. Yeah, you can see there I had about 50 or 60 GP on it, which is really good for how many are traded every day. So we'll go buy quite a few of these for the low price of about 522. And yeah, we're going to dump most of our money in here. So we'll do, I think, 2,000, yeah. And hopefully we can find another item as well. Next up, I think we're going to go with the Mahogany Logs, which had a pretty decent margin on them. Now, this is where you really want to check RS Buddy or some other website to make sure you're not getting burned, because the price on these fluctuate quite a bit. But it looked like I had a 20-30 GP margin on them, and the price was fairly low compared to its historical values, so it should be fine. But it is kind of risky because you can, even if it drops like 10 GP, you're losing 10 GP times however many thousand you buy, which can really add up after a while. And lastly here, I think we're just going to buy one Gilded Plate Skirt. I'm not going to not do free-to-play items. I'll try to veer away from them at the beginning, but I'm really comfortable with the free-to-play items because I've done them so many times where I'm just getting used to the pay-to-play items, which of course have many more opportunities, many more options, but I just don't know them as well. So we'll buy one Gilded Plate Skirt for 280, and yeah, I'll check back when some stuff's bought and sold. Okay, so everything is sold. Starting with the Croziers, we made about 3,200 on each one, and we sold 8 of them. So that's 28k there. Not too bad, but it did take a while. The Energy Potions we made the most on by far. We sold them for 44 GP profit, and we sold 2,000 of them. So that's 90k in total. And the Gilded Plate Skirt, we just made even 20k on, so not too bad. And the Logs, we're kind of halfway through selling them. We're selling them for 13 GP profit, and we've sold about half of them. So we made about 920k on that or something. And we just have to dump the rest of them after this. So not too bad. We made about 130k, and it honestly only took a couple hours. So if we do a couple more flips like that, we should be doing pretty well. But yeah, so we'll start by dumping the Mahogany Logs in here. They have dropped down to about 250. But that's only half of them, so we should break even on the flip at least. And next we're going to try a couple more of these Gilded Plate Skirts, because in the past they've worked very well. So we'll go for, let's see, I'm not going to do 5, I think we'll do 4. And yeah, so we'll start with that. No, we're doing we're doing 3. Okay, so we're doing 3, sorry. Okay, so we're going to try the Combat Potion. It's kind of random, but you can see there it had about a 30 GP margin on it. We've been trying all these random potions like 1-dose prayer potions, 1-dose super combat potions, but we found the combat potion, which I don't think I've ever used. So we'll try this. I think we're going to buy 1,500 of these for a 30 GP margin. Is pretty decent. We don't quite have enough cash to do some of the most popular items like prayer potions, the full dose. Like, you need a lot of money to successfully flip those, so we're going to try these random welfare version of the same potion. Okay, and for the last item here, I think we're going to try the Rune Arrows. You can kind of see me checking the margin in the back. Rune Arrows, very quick moving, tons of them traded, and 4 GP margins, pretty decent. for the price point. So yeah, we're basically just going to use the rest of our money just to buy these. It's not going to be that many because we don't have much cash left to work with, but we just want to try a couple different items just to see which ones in the future might be worth doing. So we're going to get, let's see here, not quite that many. We'll get 3,000 or 4,000, probably in between somewhere. No, we still can't afford it. I'm really bad at math sometimes. So we'll do, yeah, 3,500. And yeah, we'll see how well that works, and we'll check back. Okay, so we've pretty much bought and sold everything here. You can kind of see the history. We did pretty well on most of the items. Some of them we just kind of made a pretty negligible amount. But we'll start with the plate skirts, since that actually was the best. We got 25k margin on each one. We got 3, so we got 75k in total for those. The Rune Arrows, we actually got 4 GP on each, and we bought the 3,500. So about 14k on those really quick, so I'm going to do those definitely in the future. The combat potions we're getting 9 GP margin on, and we've sold about 900, so we're getting like 8k from that. And what's the last one? The logs, yeah, the logs we pretty much just broke even on, so we're just gonna forget that happened. So yeah, not too bad. We probably made 100k on that flip transaction. So yeah, we'll try to pick some better items going forward. The plate skirt's nice. It is a free-to-play item though, so we'll try to get some better members items. Really thought it was going to be a lot easier, but it's going to take a while before I find some good members items that are consistently good profit. So we're just going to start off by checking what the combat potion's at now. It's at 472. So actually that's not too bad. It's just taking forever to sell. Yeah, see, we were selling for 473 before. So yeah, we will just dump those. So we'll still make another 9k or something from that, which is pretty bad. But what are you going to do? Okay, so we are going to do a couple more of the Gilded plate skirts, just because they've been such good money. We're really trying not to invest all our money in this, but it's a tough decision between actually consistently getting some money to start with and discovering new items that will most likely be better in the future. But it's hard to say because I need to make at least 200k a day. I mean, I have a bit of wiggle room because I started with more money, but I don't really want to be losing money here because that will just be going backwards. So, I mean, we're a couple days in, and we're doing pretty good. It's just we need to be doing faster flips, and to do faster flips, we need more money. So we're actually going to buy 4 of these, I think, and for 290k, so hopefully get 20 or 30k on those. Next up, we're going to try the Gothics page. You may see that briefly. I sold them for 5,000 each and bought them for 18k. So that's a really good margin on it. Now, I'm not going to see if it's going to stay there that long. But might as well give it a try. So we'll try to buy 20 of these for 6k each and hopefully get like 12k margin on each one. That seems doable. But hopefully it won't rise up before I bought in a decent amount of these at least. Yes, we'll do 50 and leave it at that. And lastly, I think we're going to try the pineapple seed. I had a decent margin on it. Now, the price is a little bit higher than it's usually been, so this might not be a great idea, but we're going to give it a try. We're not going to put too much money in here. Yeah, it's not so bad. And yeah, so it seemed like you can see there had a 800 GP margin on it, which is really good for how much it costs. And there's a decent amount of them traded every day. So we'll give this item a try. Again, we're just really trying to do a bit of feelers and different types of items, different prices, just to see what is going to be consistently good going forward, because we'll need more than just a couple items to be able to afford a bond every couple weeks. So yeah, we'll go and buy these for like 4,500, and we'll just use the rest of our cash, and hopefully it will work out. Okay, so everything has sold. To start off here, the combat potions we just basically made nothing on, so we'll just ignore that. The plate skirts, we made 26k on each again, which is really good, making this about 104k in total. We'll just get our history open here so we can have a look-see. So let's see. Yeah, the plate skirts you can see there, we got 26k margin on each. You can see the difference there. It's about 100k plus. The Gothics pages we only managed to get 4 of, but we got a 12k margin each one, which is pretty decent. You can kind of see there, we got them for 6,000, sold for 18,000, which is good. And the pineapples we're in the process of selling. We're getting a 777 GP margin on each one, and we've sold a couple of them so far, maybe like 15 or something, making us about 10k. So whatever, it's not so bad. We'll just start off by dumping the pineapples again. Hopefully the margin hasn't changed too much. Mind you, we got them for 4,500, and it's screwed. So yeah, we will dump that at probably even. We'll break even on that, which is fine. So in total, we made about 150k, which is still pretty good. The bulk of that's still coming from the plate skirts, though. And on that note, we will buy some more of the plate skirts, because we're just making pretty good money on them. We'll buy another couple of those. Let's see, we'll go with 5 this time. Buying them for 285 this time. Hopefully getting 20 or 30k on those again. That would be awesome. Up next here, I think we're going to try the 1-dose prayer potion. You can see there I had actually a 500 GP margin on it. And I just checked RS Buddy. There's a couple thousand of these traded every day. So it's pretty decent for the margin it has on it. So we'll buy, with the majority of our money, we'll buy these prayer potions. So we're going to get them for around 29.50, I think. Yeah, no, exactly 29.50, and we'll buy a couple hundred. And we're not going to get too many. For one, we don't have enough money. And we're not quite sure how quickly moving they're going to be. So we'll buy 300, and we'll find one last item. So we're getting a little bit tired here, so we couldn't really find an item. So we're just going to kind of put a bit of a shot in the dark while we go to bed. So we'll try to buy these Gothic pages for like 7k each, and it's totally random. We'll hopefully get a couple, but who knows. So we'll check back when I wake up. Okay, so it's the morning now, and we lucked out on some items, and some not. So the plate skirts we did not manage to buy any of, so that was useless. The pineapple seeds we were just breaking even on, remember? So that was pretty much nothing. Now the prayer potion 1-dose went really well. We got a 450 margin on each one, and we sold 300. You see there, it's about 135k we made on those. So that's really good. We're going to have to try that again. And the Gothics page, we just got one of them, but we still got a 13k margin on that. So not so bad, really. But the prayer potion's really decent. Not sure how long it took because I left it in overnight, but obviously not too long. So I think we're going to try them again because they're very successful. So we'll check the margin again. We buy them for 3,500, selling them for 20. Yeah, so that's really good. Still, that's 550 GP on each one, and they do buy pretty quick. So we'll go ahead and buy some more of those for around the 29.50 mark again, and well, 29.70 this time. And we'll go buy, I think we're going to do 400 or 500 this time just because they were very successful. And for the second item here, I think we're going to try the Mystic Boots, which you can see there has about a 750 or 700 GP margin each one, which is pretty decent. They are sold pretty frequently because they're used for PKing, they're just kind of the mid-tier boots. So there's a lot of them traded every day. So we'll buy them for 64.50 and we'll get about 100 of those. Next up, I think we're going to try the Rune Arrows. Again, they had a pretty decent margin on them. Once again, we don't have much money left over, but yeah, whatever, we'll try these again. I think I had a 4 GP margin on them again, and we'll go buy... Why we're doing a 100 multiplier? Oh my god, it's taking a while. Okay, we're going to buy the majority of our money with the rest of these Rune Arrows, and we'll leave a little bit just for a slower item. And for the last item here, I think we'll try a Bandos page. I see we bought it for 10k, and we'll just pop it in for 1. And it sold for 6.8, so that's not so bad. We'll give it a try. We only have 150k left anyway, and I'm getting a little tired of trying to find items. So yeah, we'll plop it in for 6,900, and we'll buy 10 or 20 of these. Go for 20. Alright, we'll check back in a couple hours. Okay, so we have sold everything, and I think we're going to call this the end of the episode. So to end it all off, we managed to buy 129 of the prayer potions at a 550 GP margin each, which is really good. We got about 70k from those. We didn't manage to buy nearly as many as we wanted, but still got a good amount of money from those. You can kind of see it right there, the difference. We bought them for 380k and sold them for 451. The Mystic Boots went really well as well. We got all 100 of them, and we got about a 910 GP margin on each. So we got about 91k from that. The Rune Arrows were super quick and easy. We got 3 GP on each one, and we got 4,500 of them, so that's about 13k there. The Bandos pages were just an awful idea, so we have, now we're making 1k on each of those, so we have to sell about 8 more of those. So in total this episode, we got about 700k, because after we sell those Bandos pages, we'll be at about 3 mil. And we started the day, well not the day, we started the week kind of at 2.3 mil. So we got 700k, and it's been about 3 days. So we have 10 days left on our membership now, 10 in a bit. So it's really close. I'm basically breaking even now, so hopefully once we get to a bit of higher cash stack, we can start earning a bit more. Because right now it's really close. I kind of getting some Majora's Mask vibes, like this is day number 3, and I have to like reset it. But hopefully going forward, this will go a little bit better. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, just hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next episode.